In February of this year, 2023, I had a rush of blood to the wallet and bought a new bicycle, the one I'm riding at this very moment. I've now been riding it for 3 months because it's the end of April 2023. In fact, it's the May Day bank holiday weekend. The first of many bank holidays this coming month apparently. Something to do with a coronation, I believe, as well. Why did I buy a new bike? Well, I've ridden ordinary bikes for a long time, on and off, more on than off. But as Anno Domini has crept up on me, I have looked for a little bit of assistance on occasions, and about 4 years ago I did buy a Cube electric bike with the Bosch motor system, the Cube Touring, just a basic, just that though when I didn't feel up to riding an ordinary bike, I could still have a tootle round on the Cube. And I still have that bike, and I'm still very pleased with it. But it ain't half heavy, and it doesn't really feel like riding an ordinary bike, to me anyway. And sad soul that I am, I do watch YouTube videos, especially when I'm looking at people who are doing a bit of cycling, and I occasioned on a couple of chaps, sorry, just swallowed a fly, a gentleman called Yakko, who lives in Catalonia, and another gentleman whose YouTube channel goes under the name of Lake District Cyclists. I'll put links to those two in the descriptions below this video if anyone's interested in them, because they are interesting. They're interesting people. And what was very interesting to me was they both rode electric bikes that looked like proper bikes. And whilst there's no such thing as a cheap electric bike, the ones they had didn't look as though I'd need a second mortgage for them. And the bikes they were riding were Orbea Gains. So of course, nerd that I am, I did a lot of hunting around on that there internet thing, and thought, yep, I think an Orbea Gain with the rear hub Marley system, if that's how you pronounce it, Marley, whatever, e-bike motion as it used to be apparently. I thought that would suit me very nicely. So lo and behold, I bought one, and that's what I'm riding now. It's the Orbea Gain D40. So it has the Tiagra group set, and I bought the 2022 version because it's a little bit cheaper than the updated 2023 one. I'm never going to be a major marathon cyclist or anything, so I just want something reliable that works and still gives me a bit of help. I mean, it doesn't turbocharge me like the turbo setting on the Cube Bosch powered vehicle. Thank you. You get very nice taxi drivers around the Southamptons. They're very polite. Well, that one was anyway. So yes, I bought the D40 with the Tiagra group set, and after 3 months the verdict: absolutely brilliant. Very little to find fault with, and I really having to be picky to find any fault at all. When we get down this little drop, I'll stop and we'll just have a quick look at it, and I'll point out what I think is a bit of perhaps a design flaw, I don't know. A little niggle for me anyway. But overall, I am very, very pleased. So here it is, my Orbea again D40. Let's do the niggle, get it out of the way. And the niggle is, we've got these nice lights at the back and at the front, but the one at the back is fixed in position on the seat post, right where if you're going to have any little tool bag or anything under your saddle, it's obstructed, which sort of defeats the object of having it there. I mean, it's not a legal backlight for nighttime riding, but in low light conditions, useful to have without always having to clip proper lights on. It's a nice group set. What to say about it? Well, we've got the Marley system. It's got the iWalk controller here, but I tend to control it from here, from the little bike computer that Orbea provides us with, because it uses a Bluetooth connection through to iWalk. So I can go through the power levels up to level 2, up to level 3, back down to 2, back down to 1, turn it off, press the centre button if I want. I must change it from kilometres one day, but I keep it on the battery status, and it's showing me I'm at 60% battery at the moment, so that just confirms the green light down there on the top tube. The Shimano equipment, as you would expect, works exactly as it's supposed to, and this little fitting on the front for the bike computer and little hanger underneath for the camera, if you want to put one on for your action camera. It's quite useful to have as well. Don't put anything heavy on it though, I'm sure that would break. So there you are, the Orbea again in all its glory. And I think, other than the slightly oversized down tube at the front and the oversized hub at the rear, it looks like and rides like an ordinary bike. Bit on the heavy side, but It's not much heavier than my old Dose Galaxy touring bike. In fact, I think it's probably almost exactly the same weight. So for anyone who needs a bit of help, and for someone like me who's not going to see 77 again, I do, or I appreciate it, and I can certainly go a bit further because of it, and a bit faster, then what's not to like? So I hope that was useful, because I only had the one grumble about it, that rear light, because everything else is just fine.